Our next competitor, representing the Federal Republic of Germany, de la République fédérale d'Allemagne, Richard Zander.
Richard Zander from West Germany won the figures here as he had done at the European Championships in Leningrad. Then he was 7th in the original program to stand 4th at the present time. So on the basis of what's gone on, if he can do a long program that we've never seen him do in the past, he could perhaps find that bronze medal.
Better. I did not comment on the first two mistakes, hoping that he was going to improve. He did just a little bit. A problem with the triple X at the beginning, and also a problem with the triple axel. I don't think the bronze medal will be his tonight, Ted.
He is a West German, but I guess the American music comes easily to him because he was born in Portland, Oregon.
Now, this is the sort of program that, if he were to skate it well, certainly could be appreciated. But what we're not seeing here is a tremendous attention to the choreography, the way the program is laid out, and also the style of the skater. I mean, that definitely needs work. And that is why he will not get marks, at least top marks, in the artistic portion of the marks. Problems again, I think this is definitely 100% not a contender for the bronze medal.
Well, at the moment, Gregory Filipowski of Poland, who won a bronze last year in Paris by being second behind Browning in the long program, is sitting in bronze medal position. But Chris Bowman, who could be lethal, is still to skate.
Should be mentioned is that when one sits in the seat of commentator, of course it's so easy to criticize, but in deference to all the skaters, whether they skate well or whether they don't, the standard is tremendously high, the element of risk is incredible, and the jumps are so difficult that my hat goes off to each and every one of them. Now here is where he's also losing speed. Again, a problem with the stamina. Something that is very, very typical of programs that I've noticed in the last couple of years is that because of the difficulty of content at the beginning of the programs, there's a part in almost every program where the skater virtually stands still. I'm not really in favor of this, but I do understand it because what they're doing is catching their breath, just the way he did a few moments ago. Programs, and I have been through many, appear to be like a nightmare in slow motion when you're actually skating them, and you do often hope that you could just crawl off the ice, but obviously you cannot do that in front of live television and also 9,000 people. Well, that's the end of Richard Zander's performance.
There's very obviously no medal for this young man, but he can be satisfied with winning the last set of compulsory figures ever skated at Worlds for men. We'll be back with his marks for the free skate. Waiting for the marks for Richard Zander, who had been first here in figures. But he was 7th in the original and did have an awful lot of problems. Karen Doherty is his long time coach. He have a lot of problems with his free skating program. So while potentially he had a shot at a bronze medal here, he lost that very early in his free skating program. Judging has been a little bit slower than is usual.
I think that's a good sign, Ted, because what they're doing is they're really thinking about what marks to give. If I can also comment on the judging, with the exception of the marks for Browning and Petrenko, they're just a little bit on the low side for all skaters.
First set of marks coming out for Zander, and his technical marks are down from a 4.9 to a 5.4, which is the highest mark. And he is not going to get up any higher, I would think, than probably when it's over 7th, where he was when he started his free skating program.
Thank you.
Second set of marks for artistic really shouldn't be much higher, and they are not. As a matter of fact, the first mark from the judge from Australia is lower, a 4.8 up to a 5.4, which from the West German judge, who naturally gave him the highest marks. There's nothing wrong with that. But he has moved into 6th place right now, and there is still Chris Bowman to come. Browning is the champion. Victor Petrenko is in 2nd place. Filipowski is sitting in 3rd.